of virginity. No way. So what's going to happen? Let's say, which the spirit wasn't going to have Joseph do that, but let's say Joseph was to say, you know what, man, this woman, man, yo, she ain't no virgin, man. I probably, look, what's that token of virginity? Right. So what does that puts the woman in danger of what? Getting put to death. Yes. Go ahead.
And Jake back then, they loved, even still today, they love the gossip, man.
Yep. Oh man, brother, it's going to get all into that.
You know? Oh my God, he slept with her. What kind of woman is she?
Yep. She's a loose woman. You know, and they're loose.
What kind of woman did
he lied? What kind of woman did you raise? Because you know what, the reproach ain't gonna fall on the mother. The reproach is gonna fall on the father. Because he's the ultimate. Back then it wasn't the man. Today he's all like, hey, yes dear, whatever you say, anything you say,
she's the boss.
She's the boss. She's the boss. Well, you know, I hear you want to sell me this house, but I gotta talk to my wife. It wasn't like that in the ancient world. In the ancient world, you had the man that was in charge. So whatever went down in the household that was wrong would fall on the man. So go ahead, brother.
And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid. And yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him.
Yeah, beat the shit out of him. For lying. Basically, he lied on it.
Yeah, man.
That's right.
Because that's a nigga. A nigga deal with a chick and just straight up like, fuck that bitch, man.
That's you know, false witness.
So he said he lying, saying, "Look, man, they gave me this woman. She was loose and everything." They're like, "Whoa, hold up! Here goes the token of virginity,
man.
Nigga, where did that blood come from? You popped it.
Yeah,
You had sex with it. Now you trying to kick it to the curb.
Yeah.
So now the elders they come and they chastise him,
because pretty much that goes into so many things in the law. He's bearing false witness against his brother. He's robbing his neighbor because a woman was a property to the man.
Commodity. The property.
And then he's lying. Then he's you know what I'm saying?
He's just being. That's why they whip the nigga's ass like that.
Yeah, man.
See,
coveted. He coveted another man's property and took it and refused to pay it. Cause come on, man. A lot of these niggas, man, a lot of the situations that they do, a lot of the wickedness they do is because of money. They don't want to pay up. Real dishonest motherfuckers.
You just got niggas, man.
Well, you know, you got some cats out there. They'll pop a woman and get her pregnant and tell her, look, you know, you got to have an abortion, baby.
Yeah, that's foul.
Yeah, wicked niggas out there. But now Joseph wasn't that type. He was an upright man.
We're gonna read that.
Joseph was an upright man. He was a just man.
Right.
So he didn't want to have that bad. He didn't want to go through that.
And you know what? Because it wouldn't have fell on him.
And why? And wait a minute.
It wouldn't have fell on him. It would have fell on Mary.
Right.
And
we're gonna read that.
And why would Joseph be if he didn't pop Mary and all that? He could say, oh, well, that's all.
Why did he go through all that?
That's between you and Gabriel.
Right. Exactly.
You know?
That's a good point.
You know? So he went through all of that for a reason. But let's finish this up and we're going to go back to Matthew, the 1st chapter.
I got Ecclesiastes too.
Before we read that, we're going to go to Matthew, the 1st chapter.
And 16th verse, Deuteronomy 22 and 16.
Yep.
And a damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hateth her. And lo, he hath given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid. And yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city. And the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him. And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, meaning he had to pay that tax. He had to pay the dowry plus more, probably double. I don't know. But when you look at that word immerse,
50 shekels of silver.
50 shekels of silver plus more, I believe.
So it was 100 shekels right there.
Because you know what? Because once you dealt with it, you done devalued it.
I see, brother. Yes,
you done devalued it.
You was right. You was right.
Finished.
You trying to kick it to the curb, you devalued it. So that's why, you know.
Yeah. So it was a double.
You said the word immerse is what?
Right. Immerse is, in other words, a penalty. A penalty fine is a fine, right? So he had to pay double. It was like the elder Ronald said, it was 50 shekels of silver, but because he did his wickedness, he got his ass fucked up. Okay, and they fucked him up. Okay, that wasn't they were giving him fucking blows, man, fucking him up, and then he had to pay another 50 shekels above that, and then I believe if we read on, he had to take her to wife.
Read on.
Right, and it says, and the elders of that city shall take that man and chastise him, and they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he hath brought up an evil name upon a virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. See?
Yeah.
He may not put her away all his days,
right? Because he was being wicked.
He being fucking wicked.
Was that it on it?
But I could go into the other half of it.
No, that was the main point. Now let's go back to Matthew 1, and, where you left off, because see, that's the point. Now read back. I think it was Matthew 1:18. Read that again.
Matthew chapter 1 verse 18. Now the birth of Yahushua was on this wise: when as his mother Mary was espoused to Joseph, before they came together.
Now you understand what it means before they came together. Go ahead.
She was found with child of the Holy Spirit.
So in other words, Joseph put his sperm in her. Now Mary's father don't have that token of virginity, because the mother would have to go in the chamber and lay that. Because when you read the book of Tobit, it tells you that the mother in the during the 14 days of the feast, at the end, she would go into the chamber and set the chambers up for the both of them to lay down. What the fuck you think she did when she went in that chamber? She was putting down that token of her daughter's virginity to save grace of her daughter.
That's right, man.
Go ahead.
Then Joseph, her husband, being a just man, and not willing to make her a public example.
Because if the woman didn't have the token of her virginity, what would happen? She would get put to death.